Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to take a look at a strategy which is pretty often used recently in pro matches. And that's pretty crazy because it's a super spammy strategy. You might think, okay, pros use like this really crazy queen charge and all those good things. No, pros obviously use whatever is working, and today we want to take a look at this crazy army composition. What exactly is this army composition doing? When should you use this? And why exactly do we have 10 lightning spells in this one? All of those questions I'm going to answer to you guys. I will show you plenty of attacks on how you guys can use this. But before we actually jump into the attacks, you might have noticed, at least all of you guys who have not bought the Clash Scenery skin, to all of you guys, you might have noticed that something changed in your normal village, and that's pretty cool looking. So apparently, Supercell changed the colors of the trees a little bit to make it more fitting to the current, I don't know, like mood in the year, at least for finish time. And well, that's where autumn is coming around the corner, and it's pretty cool. I have to say, it looks pretty nice. It's like something new. It's refreshing, but I really hope that they keep doing this, and I hope that there's going to be like a winter scenery as well, like with snow on all of the trees and everything. That would be super cool. I hope that's going to come as well. But yeah, that's just a nice small thing before we jump into the text, because that's what we should do now. So first base, and when I uploaded like a couple of days ago, I think, the Ice Age strategy, which is pretty similar to this one. I have to say, it's pretty similar. But the power of this one, you have just more witches. That's just the main story. So on this one, it's like a lot of you guys, when I uploaded the Ice Age strategy, you guys asked, how do we deal with ring bases? And this strategy is perfect against ring bases. I will show you guys exactly how you can do that. First off, what should you do with your 10 lightnings and the 2 earthquakes? Well, what you should do is just go for the splash damage, which is the scatter shot, and then try to get as much splash damage around that as possible. On this one, I'm a complete genius and I missed the expo. Props to me on this part. But still, now it's like the Ice Golem and the Royal Champion, and those two together kind of funnel one side of the base. What this does is, most likely, or like hopefully, all of my witches and obviously my heroes are going around the top side and will kind of circle the base, if you want to have it like this. To be honest, rewatching the attack right now, because obviously I can't do it like live twice, like on the German and on the English YouTube channel. I should have done this on the other side. Like, I should have started my witches in front of the eagle and then walked around the side. But on this one, it doesn't really matter too much, to be honest, because now as soon as we are seeing, okay, our witches like splitting up a little bit, it's still totally fine, because the ram is going to reach the town hall, and we have a really secure like CC in there, or troops in there, which will 100% get the town hall. So that should be easily done over there. The ram is making to the town hall, is getting to the town hall in the core, and then we have like the super goblins in there, which means the town hall is going to be taken down. Then meanwhile, I'm using the warden ability at the right side of the screen to protect all of my witches against the enemy eagle. And now you guys see basically everything is just surrounding the base, and the base is slowly but surely getting taken down. I'd really like to bring one super wall breaker this army composition, if you guys have this at the moment, because I feel like it's really nice to get at some point back into the base. I will show this about like in a couple of the attacks today, that the super wall breaker is really helpful. And well, the 2 golems are basically used for tanks for the witches, and the 1 ice golem I use most of the time for tanking for the royal champion. So that's basically how you pretty much get rid of all of the bases pretty easily, to be honest. My warden is losing the 1 versus 1 against the enemy warden. I'm using my queen ability, and you guys see already, this is the first 3-star. Obviously, there were still plenty of things which I did wrong. I mean, I'm not perfect with this strategy either. I'm normally not using that too often. So that's kind of how it is. But still, we got the easy peasy triple in the beginning, and I think we can keep going with this and obviously learn a bit more about how you can do this. And you guys see it already, like this base or like this attack strategy is super freaking easy against ring bases, because the ram, or like you could switch it to the blimp as well, is always going to make it to the town hall. That's the next base, and this time it's an anti 3-star base. And I feel like anti 3-star bases are pretty easy with this attack strategy, because take a look at the freaking setup. Like, this guy has twice a multi-inferno tower next to the scatter. This is like a gift. Like, this is like, okay, take this 3-star from me with this attack strategy, obviously. But it's insane. So what we're doing, obviously, like the first thing which you always should do, and which, like, this is basically the most important skill to use this army composition, is you need to be able to count to 5. Because if you're dropping 6 lightnings, then it's a bit bad most of the time. So you do want to drop 5 lightnings and then the 1 earthquake to take out always the scatter. And once again, I'm using the Royal Champion in combination with the Ice Golem to funnel one corner of the base, basically. And then I'm using the Golem and the King on the other side, and then everything to push in the core. And once again, we're using the Ram to get deeper into the base and get finally to the other side of the base into the Town Hall. We obviously have 1 freeze, so if the Ram is somehow in danger, we could use the freeze or the warden ability, and this means the Ram should make it really far into the base and most likely even to the Town Hall. That's something which is pretty crazy. I learned about that this level 4 Ram is pretty tanky, especially if you have witches around that, and especially if you already took down already quite a few things in the base, because I mean the scatter's already down, so that's pretty important obviously as well. But for now, everything so far is looking pretty good. The Ram is making it through all of the walls. It's like 2 hitting those walls since they're not maxed. So that's nice for us. And now we see, okay, there's a lot of damage on our Ram. So what we're going to do is just basically use the Warden ability. I could have blocked the Eagle Shots as well, but I feel like it's more important to save the Ram at this point. Now I'm using the Freeze. Like a second too late, because the single Inferno Tower already like started to heat up and everything. This is why we're not making it into the town hall. I'm trying to wall break my troops on the back end, on the outside again. This time it didn't really work, but still the town hall is getting overwhelmed. Like there's so many skeletons. Like the town hall can't keep up with that. My king is still alive. I'm using cleanup troops, and this was, yeah, pretty easy triple in the end. And you should not be afraid of getting into the base from the other side of the town hall. In the beginning, it might be like happening to you once or twice that it's going to be 1-star because you don't really know how to keep up your Ram. But I mean, that's how it works. I mean, you can practice this army strategy easily in friendly challenges, for example. But it's really powerful, and I just recommend this strategy to you guys if you if you like to use lightning spells, if you like to use witches. Like, this combination is pretty crazy. And once again, you don't have any healers. Like, healers obviously would make this more risky because you could run into a lot of black mines. But with this, like, no healers are needed, kinda. Then let's take a look at the next one. Once again, we have multi-inferno towers, but this time, once again, we can use the lightnings on the multi-inferno tower and on the scatter at the same time. So that's awesome. Then obviously the top right scatter, I don't know why exactly it's that far on the outside. It's actually bad for us because we need to use the lightnings for the scatters. The scatters is the most freaking dangerous defense for us in the game for witches. Like, that's the thing which we have to take out every single time. If you guys are wondering why I didn't take out the multi and the core, because the scatter is way more important. Now I'm waiting for the Royal Champion to like hop over so I can like get a little bit more of chip damage on her. So that's nice. Now the Earthquake to hit the core as well. And now we can just get into the base. Once again, the Ice Golem is pretty key. You can use it to like tank obviously for your Royal Champion in general. But whenever you need to go into single Inferno Towers, like with their Golems, just send the Ice Golem in front of your Golems. And this means they're surviving way longer than than they would normally do. So the Ice Golem is pretty key. The next thing, obviously, like, is the Headhunter, which is pretty nice as well, because the Headhunter is always giving you this back and power, because I feel like most of the times you have like this king or like the enemy queen or something shooting your troops over the wall in the back end, which is pretty annoying. So that's why I really like to bring the Headhunter. Get rid of that in your army composition if you like most of the time forget it. So just brings that, then something else like another wizard or something. On this one I see, okay, I use the warden ability for the core and then the Headhunter because I see, okay, enemy king is about to engage my troops. So that's why I use the headhunter, and the timing should be this time pretty much perfect on this one. Yep, there we go. Headhunter is reaching the king, and that's where my troops are reaching the king as well. So perfect timing on that one. And yeah, it's pretty nice. Especially if you have like this back end combination of a wizard tower, for example, and the enemy king. For this, it's really helpful to bring it, and it's only 6 troop space, so why not, kinda. So yeah, the witches on this one, I mean, you guys see it already. I mean, I think we haven't actually lost a single witch yet, pretty much. And the Yeti from the Ram is alive as well, because he's like surviving pretty much a lot of things in the core, which is obviously nice, because then you have a back end tank for your witches again, like if there's a wizard tower left. And yeah, this is another triple. This is a freaking another triple. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, this army composition. As long as you can like use the lightning for the scatter and a lot of splash around there, it's pretty good to use. It's spammy. I know most of you guys do not want to see me using spammy strategies, but in the end, the goal is to get a 3-star. And if it's like the current meta that it's a lot of spam, then that's what it is, kinda, right? So I can't do anything about that. So let's take a look at the next base. And this base, obviously the walls are not max and everything, but to be honest, for our attack, I don't think it matters too much. So what could we do? First off, we could use the lightnings on the scattered, on the expo, and the core on the ground expo. But to be honest, with this army composition, ground expos do not matter too much. Like, you have so much power with your 15 witches that 1 or 2 ground expos do not really matter too much. So we want to take out the wizard tower. But, well, I'm not really good at counting, so I messed that up. Like, the wizard tower is surviving, and because I really like to do stupid mistakes twice, I'm doing the exact same on the other side, and don't ask why, I just did it, okay? The goal was to get rid of the wizard tower with my lightnings. Yeah, not the best thing I did for the video today. So either way, now the Royal Chamber, I have to use her ability really early to just get rid of the wizard tower, because I need this funneling, because I want to get to have my witches getting forced inside the base. You guys see as well, I'm using king, golem, and ram on the right side, kinda. And the goal right now is to have my golem tanking obviously the outside, and then the ram getting into the core, into the town hall, and then the king on the other side pushing everything inside with like clearing the outside buildings. This is what the plan is all about. And to be honest, I think it would have been even better if the wards would have been maxed, because then my ram would have took it a bit longer and would have not been so far ahead. But I guess that's fine as well. Now the ram reached the town hall, and because I have like the normal anti-giant bomb, anti-trap, whatever, clan castle in there, we can easily take down the town hall, and we don't even need the ward ability, so that's great. Now my queen is kind of getting onto the outside, and I have to use my king ability just to make sure that the king is clearing the outside pretty fast, so it's like the queen is getting pushed back inside, and it's like joining up forces with my witches and everything. Now the headhunter once again from the bottom side for the enemy king. I think this headhunter was obviously not placed perfect. I mean, didn't really do anything, but still. And now the one freeze for the backhand multi as well. And this is, like, this should be another triple, because at the top side there's still the one witch with the king beating through the wall. I'm using the wall breaker now. I think I should have used the wall breaker for the king, but I'm using it now at the left side to get my witches and my queen into the last inferno tower, because at the top side you see it maybe, yeah, now we see it. The king is already beating on that inferno tower, so I think I could have used it on either side, would have been no big difference. But yeah, that's another triple for me, and I hope you guys like the video. Even though it's spam, I hope you guys like the video. It's a pretty funny strategy, to be honest, and yeah, try it on your own. Let me guys know what you think about this strategy, and it's pretty nice to use. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys back tomorrow, hopefully, for the next one. See you guys until then, and bye bye.